Come on. Okay, so this is how you open a chart, right? This will take you to the patient's demographic screen. And where that'll be important to you guys is if you're in a room and you're checking, you want to make sure that everything is there for the to meet meaningful use. Okay, so it's a good place to check and make sure they have an email address, to make sure they have that their ethnicity, and we can go there and I can show you. Okay. So, you know, a lot of times what people will do is they'll come in here and they'll make sure that their race, their ethnicity, and their preference for reminders is put in here. The thing you want to do is take a look at here, make sure they have an email address, because if you're going to send things, if they have one, you can send things electronically, right? Other data, you'll want to make sure you put language in there. So it's a good way just to kind of check when you have a patient in the room, if you have an extra few seconds. I mean, normally that stuff is put in through the front desk, but that's how you could access it to make sure that that information is in. Or if they choose and they, you know, and they say that they have a certain pharmacy that they want to use, right? You can go ahead and you can put in the pharmacy in this screen as well. So when the patient's in your room, you can go to that little demographics, that patient demographic, and you can go over here to patient pharmacies and you can add a new one. So they say, okay, I want my prescriptions to go to this pharmacy today because I'm going to be on that side of town or whatever, okay? So this is where you could certainly do that on the fly. But the way that you get to a chart is by this chart button. Now you open a chart here. You can go to task, and you can do a lot of different things here. So you could do, you could go to new progress note. Okay, you can get a lot of things through this task menu. If you go over here to file, you can open a chart here. Or you will see the last 15 charts that have been touched listed below. In this case, Test Rebecca is the last chart we touched, so it's there. But it'll hold up to 15 different charts. So those are the different ways that you can open a chart. Now, if you go to the File button, this will give you the chart immediately. If you go to the Chart button, it's going to pull up a lookup for you. Now also, another way to open a chart, these are kind of fundamental, is you go to the dashboard, and when you have the appointments coming across, if you double click on that appointment, it will open up that patient's chart, which is ultimately the fastest way for you to do it. Okay? In this case, I'll show you how to do here. We're going to look up the patient name, put in test. There I am. We say OK. Okay, so the areas that, has anybody else joined, or is it just the three of you?
Someone's coming now.
Okay.